I will say this about our trapping experience so far. It has been probably the best string of weather that I don't even know. Maybe since late summer when we were dry for a little while. You know, it rained so much. Deer season, the winter, and so it has been perfect trapping weather. And that's something too that Mr. Lynn was telling me, that if it's wet, nasty for, I mean, well, a shower here and there is not a big deal, but when you get those 2, 3, 4 days of rain on and off, and it just rains inches or an inch or more, whatever, man, he doesn't even set traps. It's just not worth it. He says you can catch a critter or two here and there, but and he doesn't fool with it. It's not worth it to him. So because it's hard to keep traps clean and where they'll fire properly and all that. So he just waits for, good strings of weather. And him being retired police officer, he's got the liberty and the time to be able to do that for sure. So he can wait for the good trapping weather. So we've had great trapping weather, and so we are pulling up here at the gate now and fixing to get on the gator and fixing to start checking traps. That is an upset raccoon.
Baby bear.
Yeah, a baby bear. Well, as we discussed yesterday, just like the bobcat, this raccoon will get a free pass. And we're fixing to show you this raccoon is not injured. And there he goes. So let me show you what happened, and then we're going to get him to explain it. We've got, as you can see, that is the white is what was under the pan that we put there, and of course the trap is been pulled up and sprung. And so, Mr. Lynn, this happens to me a lot, I know. So what is this?
What did we just see over here?
We saw a deer track almost near the pan.
What happened here? Stepped on the trigger, it caught him, he jumps like this, leaves the trap right there, and the filter falls off to the side, and he's gone.
So
he'll pull his foot complete. He can do it in one jump.
Wow, just the way that
yeah, you can see the tracks. See the deer track?
Yep.
That's all it is.
So if you're gonna trap in Georgia, this is you better just get used to this.
Oh yeah, that smell is a curiosity to them too, and they step over there to check it out and step on the pan.
Yep, and just as you mentioned too, there's a pretty heavy deer trail here behind, so we kind of expected this. So all you can do is reset it, and here we go. Here is another lesson. This is a brand new one for me for sure. What you got going on there?
An unoccupied anthill, fire anthill.
Tell me what's so great about that dirt right there.
Well, it's dry, and it's got sort of a waxy texture to it after the ants leave out. For whatever reason, it makes good cover dirt, or fill-in dirt, and doesn't sift real well because it's sort of chunky, but you can fill in around your trap so you can pack it tight. But it works pretty well.
All right, so traps in the ground, sifted over nicely, and as you see,
here.
The pan's where he just pointed. And as you can see, we do not have any backing on that, and you got to have the backing on it. So now we're fixing to make an artificial backing, and so here we go. Talk to us, Mr. Lynn.
Okay, the pan's here, the jaws of the traps in the high point. I don't want him stepping here, 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 here. A little small pebble, rock on either side. Now I do variations of this same set. No two look exactly alike, but this will prevent him from stepping on the corners. And this being the lowest, cleanest point, that's where he's going to just naturally want to put his foot. Doesn't matter if he's right-footed or left-footed. I like to set mine 7 or 8 back, 2 or 3 to the right. A lot of people do left, right. Makes no difference for me. I do it 90% of the time to the right. It's according to whether I already got a natural backing on one side or the other, because he's going to lean around that. But in an open area like this, when he can come in from any direction, I'll put something on either side and in the back to discourage him from entering from that direction. A lot of times, because this dirt hole is drilled at a 45-degree angle, if they go back there, they may come in from that direction, but a lot of times they can smell it, but they can't see it, and they'll still come back around and come in from the front so they can see the hole before they approach it. So backing just helps you to keep him from coming in from the back, but it doesn't always need to be there. They like to be able to see something that they can smell before they put the nose or the foot to it.
So this is what we'll just call artificial backing today, because
that's the debris that was caused from the coon catch, where he tore the area up. I just scraped all the grass and weeds up, put it in a ball, and put it behind the dirt hole. Just like this. Very simple, very easy. Use what you got. It's natural to the area, it does not spook them.
That's just encouraging him to come around to the front.
Yep. And you can tighten it up a little bit, you know. You can, this mostly is for coyotes and fox. Bobcats, raccoons, possums, skunks, all that, they could care less. They're just gonna walk right in there.
I like how you kind of build it up sometimes. Some of your sets you've built up like that in the front a little bit.
It just gives them something to step over.
Yep. Right into the pan.
One of the northern states. But Mark will take his cutters and he'll cut a little twig. Let me get a dead one. I'm just showing, I'm not doing this, but I'm just going to show you. You cut something like this, 2 or 3 inches long. Instead of putting the stones like I do, you poke it down there, like that. He said a coyote's not going to step on that. And he said, I call that don't step here stick.
Works, doesn't it?
I don't do that, but I mean,
it's just
works for him.
Another variation, and it's what works for him. Rocks work for you.
Yeah. This is what I do.
That's another question. So I have noticed this week, you don't really use the big pine cones.
No, I might use a big one behind the trap to put my urine on.
Right.
But
a little more subtle in the trap bed itself?
Yep.
Okay. I made a guess yesterday why you carry red fox pea in a palm olive thing, and I think it's because you buy it by the gallon. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. And I got a funnel that I use for nothing but that.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir.
So are you done with this set right here?
I don't know what that coon might have eaten or dug up, because there was a heck of a hole there, so I'm going to put a little more lure.
Okay.
This is one of the few times I do reset, re-lure.
But as far as stand-up sticks, you just gonna let this one go, just like it is?
I may put something behind it. They're still going to enter from this road, most likely, unless they come down up this trail here, and then they'll bounce around this trash this way or that way. And once they do, they're going to be in front of it anyway.
Right. So this is one of the times, because you don't know how trash that hole got, you will re-lure a little bit.
That's right.
Put your lure.
And it's like I said, it won't hurt anything to re-lure every day if you wanted to. All that does is, like I was telling you about your wife's perfume, you walk into the bedroom and the light's out and it just knocks you back out of the room, you know somebody's spilled it.
Right.
Something's not natural.
Right.
You don't want to use a stick that's too long too, I'll tell you why. And I learned this on my own. If you get a stick that's too long, you put your lure, push it down in there, he'll reach and get that tip of that stick with his teeth and pull it out.
Be gone.
It'll run off.
Yep. Don't need to sit there at the dirt hole anymore.
So you want to get a kind of a short stick, get about a English pea size chunk on there, put it down in there enough to make sure it gets down in there on that lanolin, on that sheep's wool.
Whew. 8 feet away, I can smell that no problem.
Oh yeah.
And if I can smell it, as you have been so eloquently quoted in saying, the dumbest coyote in Putnam County can smell it. All right, so you made a decision here. We're gonna put a few more stones where now?
On either side of the dirt hole. Main reason for that is, light as this stuff is and dry as it is, if it was to get windy today, it could blow some of this trash over the hole.
Ah.
Now, I don't want to do that, so by placing a stone here, it can still blow it over, but a lot of times that stone is just enough to keep it from, and it'll keep him from stepping there too.
But you talking about the physical broom straw stuff, you don't want it blowing over in your...
No.
Okay.
Just like this morning, that leaf
Right.
blows in here. First thing he's going to do is step over it. He's not going to step on that leaf.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know what's under it. I mean,
They're just funny that way.
natural. Yeah, I mean, that's there. God gave him that ability, and I can appreciate it. But you have to learn to deal with it.
Right. Well, you have a pretty place there that looks like an obvious place there for a coyote to step if he were going to check out what's in that hole. All right, so there's your set, new set. Doesn't even look like a coon was thrashing around here all night. Looks great.
Looks much better than it
Yep.
did. I'm gonna dress it up a little more.
So I notice you really take your time on your sets and don't get in a rush, which
I'm not going to.
I think that's so important.
And I have guys, and that's their business. Oh, I set 20 sets today. I might get in 8. I'm just not going to rush it.
Right. Yeah, I'm like you. I'm going to take my time and make sure I don't forget anything, make sure it looks good, make sure I'm happy with it. And that, to me, is a beautiful set. Told you we've had beautiful weather this week, and it's the prettiest week we've had since the summer. But, you know, coyotes, best time of year to catch them, December, January, February, when it's cold and they're moving. And this has been the warmest week we've had since September.
And absolutely no fresh sign.
And no fresh sign. It's almost like, well, I believe that the coyotes just are not moving in here. So, but as Mr. Lynn said, Mr. Lynn is, he's my fellow brother in Christ. He's a Christian, and he always stays uplifted and encouraged, I believe, because of that. And as he says at the end of every day, he says, tomorrow is going to be a great day. And that's good encouragement, brother. And so is it tomorrow our last day on the trap line?
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow's our last day, and tomorrow is going to be a great day.